This is the American Rebellion. My name's something or another, and let's see. I'm with another guy and another guy from Louisiana, and we're here to entertain you for the next 2 hours. God help us. Uh, Matt, how you doing?
Been keeping the brass monkey's balls in. It's still raining and freezing, hailing today again. We're just, California. So what do you expect?
Right. Thank you, Larry. Let's see, Alan Sears. I haven't seen you in a long time. How you doing? Jolene's here. Larry Burns from Canada, who had to yet again remind me to move the freaking mic. I don't know what it is, Larry. I swear to God, I don't. I think I'm terrible at this. What can I tell you? Nick, how you doing?
Well, it's sunshine and 60 something degrees today, so it's not sleeting and shit for sure, like Matt's miserable ass.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, it was nice here today, actually. Here in Florida, I got over my whatever the hell it was, and I just decided to stay indoors today and do a bunch of shit, and then I took a nap. Fuck it. Let's see. David Novar's here. Um, Thank you, Larry. I appreciate it.
Well, of course, when
we got Larry these,
we had these rainstorms here in the San Diego area. It backs up the Tijuana, Mexico sewage system, which backflows up along the coast, which makes it toxic for surfers to be in the ocean. They have warnings of there's levels of how toxic it is. Surf at your own risk, and that's beautiful. Mexico's backflow of sewage comes up during the storm drainage, pluggage, or whatever it is. I don't know exactly.
Isn't that been a problem?
Do they have those warnings down the streets over there? Because you might step in shit or on a needle.
Well, that's sometimes, it's funny on big, sidewalk, you got like manholes and storm sewers. They paint pictures of a fish on there and says, don't throw shit in the sewer because I live here. The fish is like talking and shit. I'm like, yeah, real good here, but it doesn't seem to matter in Tijuana.
Well, hasn't this been a problem?
They don't throw it down the sewage. They just shit on the street over there in California and hope it gets washed down the sewer.
Hasn't that been a problem for a while with Mexico?
Oh, yeah. Fucking 100 years or better. Probably. Well, they probably haven't been able to monitor it for that long, but since they've been able to fucking calculate it, probably.
I remember hearing about that years ago. So, okay, guys, I got to ask because there's only 4 of you here. Well, there's 6, but does it sound better tonight? We really got to change the way we do shit on this show. Maybe not doing it would be great. That way there's no sound and video problems ever. And I can't forget to put the microphone down. That way. It's wonderful. Way better. Okay, Larry. Thank you. We're going to make Larry an official producer of the American Rebellion show. His job mainly is to tell me to put the mic down. Yeah.
Keeping it all in line, Jerry.
Like 1,000% better. I don't know what the hell happened last night. I really don't. I tell you. Uh,
Might have been some solar freak out thing or something. I know, my radio in my vehicle, I go to work and back and I listen to the radio, and sometimes I can't catch a goddamn station to save my ass, not in their local area, but I can get Radio Free Africa. It doesn't make any damn sense.
Radio Free Africa. Okay. Jimmy Collins is here. Hello, Jimmy. David Novar is here. What happened to David Novi? What happened to that? With the Y?
His ass is probably still in jail, I'm sure.
You're supposed to get your backup counts thrown in jail, not your real ones. Ah, boy. All right, so we can talk about anything you want. I'm sure Matt's got some stuff tonight, and if he doesn't, well, we'll just make fun of him because that's what we do, and so on and so forth, and like that. So, anything you guys want to discuss? Maybe something happy. I don't know, something like that. That would be good. Anybody? Destiny Paris is here. Hello, Destiny.
Well, I know that that lawyer the one lawyer that they decided to indict gets a slap on the wrist today.
Yeah, you got
It's
probation.
A year's probation or some
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. 400 hours of community service.
Oh,
The judge, of course, the DC judge, says, he suffered enough. He lost his job. He's probably going to get disbarred and never going to be able to work again and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. And
yeah.
put
So,
his ass in jail.
Chelsea, how are you? Yeah, and that Lynn Wood guy, the lawyer that was screaming about the election fraud and all that crap. They're asking him for a mental health
Yeah.
evaluation. That's kind of funny.
That's fun.
That's
He's the one that made God knows how much money for that kid that the Indian stood in his face
Yeah.
and beat the drum
yep,
for, against
yep. Destiny
an
Paris.
undisclosed amount.
Yeah. Destiny Paris says, "Hey Jerry, Nikki, and even Matt."
Hello, Destiny.
How about you, even Matt? Would you like to say something?
I don't think he's here.
Really?
I don't see him.
Well, you would be correct.
I would be correct with that statement.
Yeah, pretty sad. All right, well, he'll be back in a minute, I'm sure. If not, I'll call him again. He's probably talking and don't even know, telling trivia questions and all that shit.
Probably.
Matt, he just wanders around his house. Maybe he got struck by lightning. I don't know. Or a hail ball. We are getting new solar cycle,
Yeah.
and this increases skip. More radio waves bouncing off the ionosphere back to Earth multiple times. Natural cell tower. Thanks, Dave. That's a hell of a topic. Larry Burns wants to know how Jasmine's doing.
She's doing good, Larry. Everything worked out right. Came out okay. She's working, getting the kids to and from school. I mean, it's back to normal again.
Well, there you go. Very nice to hear. The only positive news I have is my credit score went up not to 91 points. Oh, went up 91 points. Okay. Well, good for you, Jimmy. Mine is -4. And if I apply for anything, the actual internet laughs at me. Daniel Rio is here. Hello, Daniel. But anyway,
Jimmy must have applied for more credit or something. Because if you close an account, they fuck you.
yeah, it's utterly ridiculous. Like, I just got a new credit card. It's one of those cheesy ones, where you pay like $75 a year and you get $225 credit. At one time, my credit was pretty decent. I mean, I could go buy a vehicle anyway. Now, since my wife got sick, it went to hell. But so you got some good news today. The judge dismissed my eviction because the landlord filed it illegal, and the assistance I requested from a foundation came through. I'm grateful. Very happy for you, Daniel. I am. Really. Nice job. Jimmy
Good job,
Collins.
Dan.
Yeah, Jimmy Collins says he disputed a bunch of shit. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing how when you owe money, they never miss a beat. But when it comes time to get rid of shit off of your credit, they don't pay attention.
Oh, yeah. They'll put other people's shit on your credit. And
Yeah.
you tell them, I have no association with this shit. And it takes them years to get it off.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't take them, it takes them seconds to add some shit on and fuck them.
Yeah. So, everything is rigged anyway. Credit scores, all that bullshit. But I got a lot of unpaid credit cards because when my wife got sick, that's the first thing that went. Of course, we used them up first, but yeah. So now I have two credit cards, one for Firestone, which I'm about to max out because I got no choice, but I got to buy tires. And I can't seem to, for whatever reason, I guess people with truck tires use them until they're racing slicks or something. I don't know, but it's hard to find used ones. Let's see, they filed it 8 days before the moratorium expired, never gave me a 3-day pay or quit before filing the eviction. Landlord was pissed when I brought that up. Yeah, good. Landlords have to go through a lot of shit with tenants. I mean, everybody always bitches about the landlord, but the tenants are usually, if not more, at fault. But in some cases, tenants are really, or not tenants, landlords try to pull shit because most people will not argue or go to court. That's the thing. Most people will just say fuck it and go. Okay, trash the apartment or some stupid shit like that. And they bank on that because 9 times out of 10, that's what happens. Jimmy Collins says that when you pay a bill every month and you are never late and they never report the good shit to the credit bureaus. Yeah. Well, the only one I got on my credit, I guess, that I pay every month is my truck. And that's paid on the same day it's due. All my other bills, most of them are paid actually a couple of weeks before they're due. I only got 2 bills due when we get paid, so the rest are after that. But they all get paid in the same day, so. It's just, my credit's in the 5s, so there's no hope there. No hope at all. Used to be pretty good. I kind of miss them days. or all three credit bureaus are completely different in score. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
what
back.
is it?
You guys miss me?
Yeah, how you been?
I think my phone locked up for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, it's the phone's fault. Okay. Or all three credit bureaus are completely different in score. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't know why we
Yeah,
need.
like the left hand doesn't talk to the right hand.
I don't understand why we need three
They
credit
all
bureaus.
get the same information and they fuck you.
Yeah, I don't know how you get. I don't even know why we need three credit bureaus. But what's wrong with one? Make it nice and simple.
I don't know why we have one. I mean, why is it these people need to hoard all of your money? I mean, all of your information, personal information. Who is it that built that? To say, okay, steal everybody's personal information.
It's probably George
And
Soros.
your job is to fuck them.
It's probably George Soros doing all this. You know, he does everything else. I'm sure with him, he's involved in this also. They should have just one score. That makes too much sense, though. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
I agree.
Then you can only check it like twice or something before they charge you or something like someplace. I don't understand this shit at all.
Damn, if you realize that when Matt isn't here, we talked about adult stuff. From Jimmy Collins. He's just fucking with you, though.
Well, I don't think I can bear it.
Yeah, we should go back to the old days. If you got the money, then it's yours. And when you can't afford it, we take it back. Yeah, like Rent-A-Center. But Rent-A-Centers, the problem with Rent-A-Center, place like that, is you pay twice as much as whatever it is worth in the end. I bought a 12-inch TV or something one time from them. I can't remember exactly why, but I ended up paying like $150 for it. You buy it in the store for like $75.
Yeah, and interest.
Yeah, well, that's why you're paying twice. Well, we
You
have.
don't pay interest.
So yeah,
You could buy sheds around here the same way by the month, but like say you buy a $4,000 shed, which is fairly large, you're going to pay $8,000 for it by the time you're done. And it's
Yeah, we have that around here too.
because a lot of the sheds they're building these days are like basically if you finished them out inside, they'd be a tiny house. They got windows, they got front porches, they got all kinds of shit on them.
well, they closed a lot of those places down around here, like around Oceanside where I live, for Jarheads from Camp Pendleton. The Rent-A-Center places, because they were charging them like fucking 30% interest and even higher. It was like, yeah, this is a big thing a few years ago. It was crazy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anywhere you got any kind of military base, there's people out there to get that money, boy. Down in South Florida, you used to be able to go get a car loan on your car, like a loan on your car, and you have to bring the title in and everything. I went through hell doing that once. For $150, they wanted me to pay back $300. So I said, "You want me to pay twice as much for this? That's the interest." And everybody in there looked like they worked for the fucking mob. I swear to God. So I turned it down, saying, "Give me back my title." And they had already sold the paper before I even took the fucking loan. So I had to right away to the state for a new title and pay for a new title because they wouldn't give me the title back.
Oh yeah, they shut those. Take a lien out on your vehicle places that were doing that here. That's illegal here. No, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's what they did here. The FBI.
No, you can't take a loan out on shit.
Yeah,
Or those those borrow against your next paycheck places or whatever the fuck they're called.
What?
They charge like
Oh yeah, it used to be
3 to 1,000%.
something like payday today or some shit.
Yeah,
Payday
checking
loans.
the cash and
Payday loans. They still got them here. I think they're more regulated now, but you know, it was to the point where they were really ripping people off badly. So, but
You won't believe this. When I worked in LA on paydays, they would have an armored truck would roll into the parking lot, and all the illegals would cash their fucking checks, and they were charging like 15% to give them to cash their check out of this armored car. I don't know if it was Guido's armored car, but it was a fucking armored car in the parking lot.
wow, okay. When I was in the Marine Corps, we used to cash our check at the liquor store down the street. I think they charge
yeah.
like 1% or 2% or something like that. Those check cashing places are a nightmare. They are. Military bases with car lots make fortune off E1 to E4. No money down, no payments for 3 months, and then the payment is more than they make in a month. They pick the car up, back up, and they do that everywhere. I had a truck. I bought off of one of them, and I just, I paid like by the month, like everybody else. But then the engine blew.
Well, I'll tell you another weird thing the Mexicans did when I worked in LA. Every payday, it would rotate. They would have to give one guy like $10, like all of them. There might have been like 150 of them. They have to give this one guy $10, and then the next week they'd hold it. It was like they were making like a deposit, and they would keep paying in. Then when it came around to their turn, they would get the whole amount of money. It was some weirdo. I forget what they had a word for it, but it was like one of them would get all the money that everybody paid in every payday, and it would rotate around to like when it was your payday, you'd get like $400, from everybody else. I don't know why, but that's the way they did shit.
it's like a pyramid scheme or something.
Yeah, it's sort of like you used to have that the Christmas club. You put money in during the year, and then you'd have money at Christmas time to buy presents. It's like a deposit or something,
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like the insurance. What's the plan that you can put money into in case you have extra, insurance or medical expense, it's called. Well, if you don't use it all, they take your fucking money. You got to start all over again. Like, how does that work?
Oh yeah, flexible spending.
Yeah, flexible spending. Yeah. Well, that's just a great plan there. I could put it in a coffee can and bury it in my backyard.
Yeah. Your fucking house. I don't know. You won't gain any interest, but then the interest you're paying
that
is
too.
peanuts any fucking way. I mean, you might as well just have it, put it in your fucking house, and leave it somewhere under the mattress or something. I don't know. Jeannie Smith is here. Hello. A payday loan place up here loaned the government some money, and the government demanded they restructure the terms. People were pissed and sued them. I signed on for the lawsuit, which we won, and I got a letter from them saying they owe me $2,300, but I can't redeem the letter for monies for like 3 years. Like, what the fuck? Why would they owe you $2,300? Why the fuck?
3 years, it's only
Oh, it'll be worth $2 in 3 years.
Yeah. A payday loan place. Why are they lending the government money? I thought only China did that. This is Larry Burns, so it would be Canada. Oh, that makes sense. Justine Castro. Yeah, all right. They sure call insurance in in case of shit happens. So if nothing happens, I cancel my policy. Shouldn't I get my money back? Yeah, you would think, but it certainly doesn't work that way. Fucking Ponzi scheme. I mean, you pay and pay and
Oh, yeah.
pay, and then if you die suddenly, you've paid all that money, and the money that you could maybe get back on it does not help you at all. Doesn't help you at all.
Just like Social Security.
Well, with the government stealing it faster than it's coming in, that's kind of useless anyway. And why?
And your home insurance is based on other people. The amount you pay is based on other people.
Yep.
Not your living conditions or your driving conditions. It's other people fucking up, so they fuck you.
Yep. Because regardless of what happens, whether you're a perfect driver all year, don't get no tickets, wrecks, whatever, your rates go up every year. Why is that? Because, some other asshole decided to get drunk and drive, or the insurance company got sued for the money, or some fucking thing like that, and you're just paying more money. I haven't been in a wreck or got a ticket in a long time. I mean, I'm paying something
As these ambulance chaser lawyers sue these insurance companies for somebody that was probably driving uninsured, and they win.
Yeah.
I mean, how the fuck does that work?
Plus, it costs a
It's
lot.
like somebody breaks into your home and you kill this fucker. You could possibly go to jail for murder.
Well, it must cost a lot of money to employ all those lawyers, because that's all they do is litigation. Insurance companies collect money and do litigation. That's it. It's kind of like the government. The interest rates they used to charge were high. Once adjusted to the fair rates, they owe me. I see. Huh. But you can't get it for 3 years. That sounds exactly like the government. You owe them. They're coming for your house in about 2 days. They owe you. Yeah, you'll have to wait 6 weeks to 7 years.
It's probably a stipulation that they can continue to fuck people for 3 years so they can make a lot of money to pay off all this litigation.
Yeah. It's a joke, no doubt. No doubt. But well, Larry, I'm sorry that you'll probably die on December 31st of 2021. So I apologize for that, and we're gonna miss you. We are. It's gonna be a sad day here.
You're gonna get hit by a bus the day before that.
Yeah, I would.
It's gonna fucking work.
I would pretty much just stay in your house and not leave, Larry, for the next year if you want that 2,300, buddy. That's what I would do. But that's just me. That's how it works. I swear to God, the whole fucking world's on crack. That's all I can tell you. We as just regular people are truly fucked. It's like this GameStop thing. Bunch of people get together, decide to save GameStop, even though it wasn't like their intentions were altruistic or anything, but they saved GameStop for a fucking week, I guess. I don't know. I know GameStop went up 400%. But now the powers that be don't like that, so they're getting together, and so even Liz Warren's on their side, which is that is hilarious to me. Uh, but
Oh yeah, she's probably. I know. It goes so deep. The GameStop was manipulated. It was inflated purposefully.
yeah,
They didn't like that. The peasants tried to get one over on them, and they didn't want to have that happen. So they changed the rules
yeah, basically, yep,
in the middle of the game.
yep,
In the middle of the game, they changed the rules.
Yep.
You know, the boxing match. If you show up with 20-ounce gloves and the person you're fighting shows up with a fucking chainsaw and an axe, that's what's going on here.
Yep.
It's fair.
yeah. Now all the politicians.
But these hedge fund motherfuckers, they lost over $19 billion pulling their bullshit. Because they've been fucking people forever.
Yeah, I kind of find that hilarious, to be honest.
So they finally got fucked. Oh, it's very hilarious.
Well, you think
They
about
finally
it.
got fucked.
If you want something to get like some equal footing with liberals, that's something I think we can all agree with. I mean, if Wall Street is corrupt as hell, everything is based on basically a dream. Hedge funds are all corrupt. They're all doing insider trading. They're all doing whatever illegal shit they can to be like the most solvent hedge funds so that everybody throws their money at it.
And don't tell me these politicians aren't getting the insider trading.
Oh yeah.
They don't end up like Joe being worth $50 million being a politician his whole life. This, the hypocrisy is, and they smile in your face at the same time.
Well,
they don't even have like a hangdog look when you go, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah, and then Janet Yellen, who just got nominated by Joe and is now on his staff. I mean, this bitch made $810,000 off of a company that was doing this hedge fund shit, and they lost their ass. So, and she did some speech for them or something not too long ago, or spoke for them. Paid her $810,000.
Yeah, it's Robin Hood did that, but now they're saying they were bribes. Nancy Pelosi just bought like $1 million worth of stock, I think, in Tesla because Joe Biden, right before Joe Biden announced that, all government vehicles are going to be electric or some crap or another. So what's the deal with GameStop? I've heard people talk about it. Basically, a bunch of nobodies like us bought up all their stock. They were, as Matt said, basically fucking with the hedge funds and then the rest in Wall Street, and basically, and they drove up the stock, and I guess Robin Hood, the hedge fund or whatever, which takes from everybody and gives to themselves. They changed all the rules so nobody could buy it. Bernie Madoff got away with so much for so long.
No, you can't sell it. They changed the rules that you couldn't sell it after they drove the price up and started selling it off and said, whoa, you can't make money like this, like we do, because you're not part of us. you can't sell anymore because you're making too much money, and that's our game. So they changed the rules.
Yeah,
because these hedge funds, when a short sale, to kind of answer Jimmy, here, these hedge funds, they short sale something, so they devalue it, but they buy a shitload of the stock in hopes that they can sell it. So what these people did was bought a shitload of stock and ate it all up to where there was pretty much no more, And these hedge funds had all this extra stock, and they bet that it was going to go down. Well, they went way the fuck up because people were buying it, and these people got fucked because they basically have to pay people that were going to buy the stock and put in a bid for it. They have to pay them what the price is current, but they get fucked.
Well, yeah, that's a good plan. Anybody has any financial questions, don't ask the broke guy on the show. Ask the two that got $3 to rub together. There you go. Because somebody had to explain it to me last night. I find it hilarious.
That shit is too risky for me. It's like it's fucking gambling, basically. I mean,
Oh yeah,
unless you're really good at it, you can't do that. You can't do the day trading shit unless you're fucking good at it, because you're gonna lose everything. Day trading is where people make fortunes when they do day to day, up, buy, sell, on call. You know, a lot of it's over my head, but I get the gist of it. But it's too fucking risky. You gotta have money to make money. You know, you can't. You want to get in the big game, you gotta have big money. You know what I mean?
oh yeah. The penny stocks, which is what they call them, the cheap ones. That's the one where you can, depending on what happens with the market and the company that the stock is for. But you buy into something big, like, you know, big company like AT&T and shit. Well, one share is so goddamn expensive. You probably can afford maybe one share.
Yeah,
Penny stocks, you can buy thousands of them because it's so cheap.
yeah.
Yeah. Then the penny, those they're going on insider tips, and you know who's going to drive it up, and if you buy a shitload and then sell it off at a high price. It's all a scam. It's a fucking scam.
Right.
It should be illegal. In actual fact, it is, but they don't enforce it.
Well, yeah, didn't who's that cook woman or whatever the hell she did? What the fuck was her name? The blonde hair woman that has a cooking show. Her ass went to jail for that kind of shit.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Martha Stewart. Yeah.
Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Now, Nancy Pelosi did this. I mean, Hillary did the same thing.
they all do.
Well, so did Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, they all
They
do.
didn't go to jail.
Nope. No, there's no other way that they can become that fucking rich without insider trading, because they know they can go buy up all this stock because they know this bill is going to pass and it's going to change something, and they go buy from whatever they're buying, and they know it's going to make them money. Listen, if we ever actually looked into the financial things of these politicians, there'd be a war in like 3 minutes. I always wondered about that day trading.
Yeah, you know,
shit.
there's fucking caper on anything you could. You know, that's the oldest game. You know, you got to have a caper on something. That's how you get rich.
Yep.
It's usually illegal, but that's how you get rich.
I mean, I always wondered about the penny stocks and all, because that I could probably afford. You know, 100 shares of this, 100 shares of that, buy a bunch of shit, see what happens. But must be nice to be insulated from the law. Can't stand Hillary or Nancy. No, I can't either. I can't stand any of them because they're all insulated. The only way that they become uninsulated is if they piss somebody off and they piss off the wrong person. Then they go to jail for all kinds of shit, and they're threatened with their life if they mention anything about everybody else doing it. You really think AOC isn't worth more than the money she's making, now because of, kickbacks and what the fuck ever else? Please. That moron is going to end up rich by the time she's out of the fucking House of Representatives, which could be 25 years from now.
Probably already is.
Yeah.
How about her buddy, Ilhan Omar,
Yeah.
that's done all this insider bullshit, campaign siphoning shit?
Yep.
Nah, go big. Hey, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. That's last week's news, fucker.
Yeah, she's new to the game. She didn't know the rules, so we'll let her pass this time. That's kind of how that shit works.
Yeah, she'll get fucking better at it now.
You can tell that they know they're going to get away
Right.
with it because they don't make a big deal about it. They act like it's nothing. Nothing ever happens. And they continuously attack someone or something else. That's the whole game plan until it blows over. Most people, if you talked about Ilhan Omar right now or AOC or one of these idiots like that and the criminal activities they were engaged in, wouldn't even know what you're talking about. And the other half will call it political payback and shit because, well, they're innocent and it's obvious nothing happened to them. What are you, fucking stupid? Do you think Epstein?
And the people who are supposed to investigate, campaign, spending finance fraud, how crooked are these motherfuckers? The investigators need to be investigated.
Do you think Epstein?
Well, yeah, the biggest story a month and a half ago was Swalwell's Chinese fucking the Chinese spy. And he's still on the goddamn House Intelligence Committee.
Yeah,
they're not there to shit. Swalwell. Exactly.
Do you think
that Hunter Biden with basically porn on his laptop? Mum's the word on that shit.
Yep. Daniel Rio says, do you think Epstein killed himself? Because I think they put him in hiding somewhere and that Maxwell lady knows as much as he did, so why is she alive? The elite sure do have a lot of resources. I do think he killed himself. I do.
How do you know she's still alive? Haven't heard dick out of her in fucking 6 months either. Who the fuck knows where she is?
She went AWOL real quick.
She might be fucking buried under some out in the desert in fucking Nevada someplace.
No,
already.
She's still in prison complaining about her surroundings and so forth. I read it a couple weeks ago. She's still alive. Epstein killed himself. He hung himself in his fucking cell. I don't believe the conspiracy
when is she going to have a hearing or a trial what is the big holdup with this broad? Ghislaine Maxwell.
My guess
what's the problem?
My guess is they're setting everything up so that no matter what she says will not be heard by the public. And they've probably told her that you will not give up anybody of importance. They may have given her a list of people she can give up because they don't care about them. So on and so forth. There's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes there that nobody knows about. And none of the higher ups, unless you've really pissed somebody off, is going to go to jail. Other than Maxwell herself. She's going to jail. Probably the rest of her life, where they can keep an eye on her and make sure she doesn't write a book or do anything stupid.
Or Hillary doesn't get to it.
Yeah.
What about this broad that was in the Capitol invasion that supposedly has Pelosi's laptop that won't give it up? She's got some leverage there.
Well, they arrested her.
Yeah, I know, but they don't have she ditched the fucker someplace, which was smart of her. But
she tried to sell it to some Russian
so they
contact
say.
Or something like that.
So they say.
So they say. but who knows? It's not like Biden's laptop. Where the hell is it?
So you
Now,
got
there's several copies of it
you got some
still
schlumping.
hanging around.
You got some schlump in the fucking street. Some girl, she steals a laptop, and you're trying to tell me she had Russian contacts she was selling it to? Please. That's the government doing what they do and discrediting whatever. And I believe she probably, if she hid it, maybe she threw it in a lake. I don't fucking know, or she hid it somewhere. You know.
Yeah, if she threw it away, she's dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
She should have put it in somebody's fucking garage that they don't know has any contact with her. Like, here, I don't even going to tell you. I'm just going to leave this in your garage. And then when I get caught, I'm going to say, hey, I still have it. And you ain't going to be able to.
Gun safe in somebody's home that has, biometric, locks on it and shit.
No. All I know is
I mean, the shit goes so deep. Jerry, we could all go all the way back to, remember the Aswan brothers?
Yep.
That stole all the people's fucking laptops out of the fucking Capitol.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they just fucking disappeared.
Yep.
Nothing happened. No big.
No. And I tell you, with this girl, it's like what the government does is no matter what you do, if the government discredits you immediately. So saying shit like, first of all, it was all so-called patriots, white supremacists and all in the Capitol problem and everything that's bullshit. Okay, everybody knows that's bullshit. I'm not saying that they weren't there. I'm saying that it was others there too, and there was a lot of shit going on behind the scenes with Antifa and the mayor of DC and everything else. Okay. Then they catch a few people, and some of them are just fucking stupid, so I don't care if they go to jail. But this girl was stupid also, but she at least, if she still has the laptop, she does have leverage. And the government don't like it when you have leverage. They haven't even named the cop that shot the Air Force veteran. Okay? They have not released any of that shit. Nobody knows who shot who. It's just like the Las Vegas shooting. Nobody knows what really happened there. Other than a bunch of people on the street that made a lot of money and a lot of fucking fame on Facebook analyzing videos where I can tell you right now there were 12 shooters and there were this and there was that. It's like, really? Randy?
Yeah, they didn't put much effort into that Las Vegas shooting investigation, sure.
Russia has the info already. I'm sure half the, with the government infrastructure as far as internet and security and all, they say it sucks. My guess is most of the shit on these computers is already in every other country on the planet. So it's like, listen, here's the deal. You don't want to be fighting with the government.
I want to see that one that girl that got arrested. They got Pelosi's computer because I want to see her blowing Mitch McConnell or somebody. Whatever's on there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it would be amazing to just see what they say to each other. But I don't know. The problem is these trials, unless it's like when nobody learned anything from the Bundys when they took over the wildlife refuge. So we decided to go after the Capitol building. I got to tell you, that's really not the brightest move you've ever had in your life. I'm sorry. To those who think these people are heroes, I'm very sorry, but you're worshiping morons is what you're doing. I'd really love to know what happened with the Vegas shooting. Well, how many years ago was that? And we still basically know nothing. And we're never going to know the whole story. They're going to blame it on the one guy, which could be actually true. Who knows? Okay? Who knows?
I don't understand. Well, everybody likes a good conspiracy theory. Yeah.
I don't. I find them to be
I
annoying.
don't.
I find them to be in the way of the truth. I find them to be and nothing good about them. There's not one good thing about them. I don't find anything good about conspiracy theories because all they do is they cloud over everything. And most of the time, if you're a somewhat sober thinking person that, and you think things out in your head and stuff, I mean, every single thing that happens could have a conspiracy theory because there's little inconsistencies in every single thing that happens. And people take those, blow them up, and make them sound bigger than they are. For everything that the conspiracy theorists say, there's usually a perfectly logical answer behind that. There's very few things in life that you cannot explain logically. It's like UFOs. It doesn't necessarily have to be from outer space. A UFO could be to me or you two different things. I mean, it's all it is I don't know what that is in the sky flying around. Okay? I have no idea. That makes it an unidentified flying object. It doesn't necessarily have to be from fucking space.
No, it's a pterosaur.
Oh, dear God. Okay, yeah. Or one of those things you go on a looking up tour to find. The sitting president can be impeached in a day for false claims, but a mass murder case takes years or decades to investigate to possibly find out the truth. Yeah. And then very seldom does the whole truth come out until like 75 years when you can go and tell the government to give you all the information and then they redact that most of it. So listen.
It has to be declassified. But this impeachment, boy, it's blown out of proportion and it's just free range information.
Look at all the people who say Sandy Hook never happened. Look at all those people. Where are they now? They're on to a different conspiracy theory. Okay? Sandy Hook happened. And most couple morons went into a school, killed a bunch of kids and teachers, I guess. I don't even really remember. Okay, but it happened. Now all of a sudden, now
those kind of things I don't understand.
David Hogg survived the shooting. Back then, he was outside the fucking building when it actually happened. He didn't survive anything. You have to actually be in there to survive. He was perfectly safe.
He was at home. He had to ride his bike to the fucking
exactly
building to save everybody.
Exactly. And these fucking people now believe the rhetoric instead of what actually was. And he's a fucking Facebook hero at Harvard. Meanwhile, the kid who did absolutely nothing fucking wrong got his acceptance letter to Harvard rescinded. What's black is white, and what's white is black, and everything else. And people will believe whatever they hear. In reality, there are certain things that are truths. And David Hogg is full of shit. And I can only hope that someday he feels ashamed of himself, although I doubt it. So, what were you
the
saying?
one that used to crack me up was when they tried to point out, remember there was the crisis actors they used and all the same crises.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you think they would be that fucking stupid to use the same fucking people over and over again? How dumb would that be? That's like so ridiculous. You're going to use the same cast and character like a fucking traveling fucking acting group, and it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's like the flat Earth people. You want to know why people out there think the Earth is flat? For the same reason that all the people back in the early days thought the Earth was flat. They'd never been to space. They looked
Well,
at the.
we haven't either, but you know.
No, but I've seen pictures.
Yeah, none of us
I've seen
on this
videos.
show, but
Yeah, I've seen videos. It's ridiculous.
and I don't think they had Photoshop way back then in the '60s, right?
No. Let's please not.
They did, but it was pretty
Oh.
crude. It was easy to identify.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've been to.
Yeah, I guess it was on punch cards or something. You know,
Yeah, we've been on.
fed into this big machine.
We've been on the moon. We've ridden around the planet a bunch of times. We know it's round, but there's people out there. I'll never forget this one guy. He was explaining how he put a stick on the beach and a stick in the ocean, and he watched this and he watched that and surmised that the Earth was flat. Like, dude, that's not how you do it. It really isn't. It's really not how you do
What
it.
the hell is that logic?
I don't fucking know. I mean, I read that one thing and I've never read another thing since about people who think the Earth is flat. I tell you what, get on a fucking boat on the beach wherever you live and keep going. Portage the boat over all the fucking land and get back on it and see if you don't end up in the exact same spot if you can navigate. If you do, the Earth is round. You can't do it sitting on a beach some Saturday with your fucking girlfriend or wife or something and with two sticks. It's not going to happen. Jesus Christ, people are fucking stupid. And
It's like
Well, yeah, the flat Earth is like, how do okay, just say you put a stick in the sand on the beach and you see the shadow moving from the stick. If the Earth is flat, how does the shadow move if the Earth is flat? I don't understand the basic premise of it. I don't understand it.
Well, my question is, what?
Well,
take a
the
boat,
rotation
take a
around
boat,
the sun.
take a boat in the ocean and put it, float it straight out into the ocean. Eventually, no matter how big that boat is, it's going to disappear. If the Earth is flat, you should be able to see it for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours till it's just too far away to see. But you don't. Couple of few hours, a boat will have moved around the curvature of the Earth in the ocean, and it will disappear. I live in Florida. I've watched.
Yeah, you should be able to get a extremely high power telescope.
Yes. Well,
and
yeah.
Point
Yeah.
it right at the boat.
Yep.
And keep it in a straight line.
Yeah.
I mean, some telescope that can see millions of miles,
Like one of them-
trillions of miles out.
Yeah, like one of them
Space.
one of them
That boat
space
will
telescopes.
disappear.
Yeah.
You won't see it anymore.
Exactly. I mean, with the naked eye, you can only see so far. I get that. And then you have the sun bouncing off the water, and it does, it'll make it almost like it disappears. I get that. But like what Nick said, you get one of them space telescopes, you'd be able to see that thing for 5 days. Try that shit without one and watch a ship go out into the sea. Once it gets a bunch of miles out, you're not going to see it because it's following the curvature of the Earth. Now, if you manage, I don't know. Why am I talking about this? It is so fucking mind-numbingly fucking stupid that people believe the Earth is flat.
Well, yeah, they had this guy. I don't know how long ago this was. A couple of years ago or 3 years ago. This fool, who was a flat earther, decided he's going to build a rocket and launch it to prove that the Earth is flat. Fucking crashes. Like, okay, you dumb fuck.
Yeah. Well, listen, in the end, conspiracy theories get in the way of the truth. And the one place on the planet that conspiracy theories reign is social media. How many times have we heard somebody out there say it's about to happen, folks? War. It's about to happen, folks. People are going to jail. It's about to happen, folks. Blah, 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 blah. Emergency broadcast. Trump's will be president. This and that and the other. No problem. Well, you know what? People got pissed at us because we said Trump wasn't the president anymore. People got pissed at us and says we don't, trust the system and so forth and on. And I'm not tooting my own horn, but it's not that hard to be right about shit like this. All you got to do is look at the track record of who's running shit. Once you do that and realize what the game plan is, it's easy to predict what's going to happen. And I think Matt says it all the time. Usually the simplest explanation is the explanation.
Well, I get that's called Occam's razor. It's OCCAMS. It's a ancient, or not ancient, but some philosopher. The simplest solution to something is usually the right one. That's Occam's razor.
Right.
It was like like they had Pythagoras theorem, philosophy. The simplest solution is usually the right one.
Well,
a woman gets murdered, it's probably her husband. That's usually the simplest explanation. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, never mind. She was at the grocery store and he was 100 miles away at work. But the simplest explanation.
All right, I was demonstrating.
I know
No,
what you're saying.
you ask any cop.
That's how innocent people get
Yeah,
guilty and get put in prison.
yeah,
That
but also,
was my point, man.
but also, you ask any cop, 9 times out of 10, it's at least a family member. The first person they look at would be the spouse, because that's and it's true. It's true. But here's what I'm.
Oh yeah, they investigate the whole family. Did they have any kind of strife between each other? Any family or problems or money problems or anything that might cause somebody to snap. They do all that, all the while. Who could possibly be the killer, or maybe actually the killer, is running around free.
Well, people in general tend to make everything more complicated than it needs to be. If you can manage to train your brain to break everything down to the lowest common denominator, 9 times out of 10, it's the simplest answer to every question or every problem. And it's just that simple. When you talking about the government or its inner workings, and the politicians, all you have to know is that they are mostly all corrupt. And they're going to do whatever they can to save their own ass and those of their friends. Okay. And they didn't like, Trump, nobody liked Trump, Republican or Democrat. Some of the Republicans were smart enough to see that he could get them reelected, and this and that and the other. Okay. But most of them were against anything he tried to do. All right. Most of them were involved in shit that was, against them. And when you have that many people and that much power against you, I don't care who you are, you're going to have a very hard time. And he did. And Trump made some bad decisions also. When he first got in office, he should have fired every fucking buddy. I mean, cleared out everything. But he didn't. And he trusted too many people that were untrustworthy. And that was his downfall. He'd have had a better chance of winning the re-election had he put decent people into these positions. Just because you're rich and he's your buddy doesn't mean that people who are rich want to stay rich or get richer. It's that simple. And the government is a great place to do that, apparently.
It is. You know what else is the greatest place to do that? Is where is the Earth the thickest?
Oh, is this a trivia question?
It is.
Where is the Earth the thickest? Is the trivia question here at 8 minutes after 8 Eastern Time.
I'm going to give you a clue. Think about what shape is the Earth instead of flat?
Mount Everest? Mount Everest?
Lord.
Well, it's the highest point on Earth.
If you blur it,
The middle.
The equator.
the equator.
Jimmy,
Not equator, it's equator.
it's equator.
Equator. It begins with an E,
Yeah.
not an I.
Yeah.
Igloo doesn't start with an E. It'd be igloo.
True. Peter.
I'm gonna just do a. What is the wettest city in the United States?
Singapore. Oh, United States.
Probably will be kind of in the future
Portland?
The
let
weather.
everybody else in.
Portland?
New Orleans.
Geographically, Nick is closer.
Eunice.
Yes.
Say Louisiana, but Portland is way farther
Yeah,
away.
well, it's like northwest. Okay, so I have no idea.
I'm trying to think on the coast here. Because it could be a gambit of cities.
Well, it ain't a gambit, it's one.
It's a gamble to pick one.
What state is it in? No, it's not. It's not out west, guys. Somewhere in the south.
It's on the southeast. I'll give you that much. Southeast.
I'm thinking about all the storms that come up on the radar. Baton Rouge or Baton Rouge.
It's not Louisiana.
Is it Florida? Gulf Shores?
No.
Biloxi?
No.
Pensacola.
How many cities we have in the United States, people?
14 billion.
Or just along the coast?
14 billion.
Could be. It's Mobile, Alabama. It's the wettest city in the United States.
I was close.
I said Gulf Shores.
They get more than 67 inches of rain a year. I don't know why. How would that happen in
I don't
Alabama?
either because
I don't understand.
Mobile is kind of far off of the coast. I think.
Kind of strange.
Yeah, it's not right on the coast. But sometimes that rain cloud just travels over land and just dumps. Believe me, I know. I'm not all that far from the coast, but I'm not very close to the coast. 60 miles
Yeah, we're
from
like
the Gulf.
we're like 20,
Here,
20
where I
20
live.
we're like 20, 25 miles from the Gulf. I don't know. It's rained a lot this winter. They're going to tell us next year is still a drought. I swear to fucking God, these people are morons. I don't know what calculations they're fucking using,
Yeah.
but I don't know, that field. I did a video of this field. It rained 9 days straight. The entire pasture was underwater, above the fence line, which is about 4.5, 5 foot tall. It's still flooded after all these months, after 9 days of rain in the summer.
How many trees are there on Earth?
27.
A, 3 billion. B, 33 million. Or C, 3 trillion.
3 trillion.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
I'd go with C.
Yeah.
3 million. I mean, there's 3 million trees in probably most wooded states. You know what I mean? 33 million on Earth? Come on.
There's hundreds.
It's 3 trillion.
Let's put it this way: in this county, there's hundreds of thousands of trees just in this county.
No, I want to know who counted them.
I bet $5 I got.
That's
Estimation.
I bet
It's an estimation, of course.
I bet
but
just on my small piece of property, I
Yeah.
probably got 500 trees inside my property line. And my neighbor probably has 3 times that in his tour. I think he's got 3 or 4 properties along the road. Okay, so 3 trillion is not that hard to figure out. Larry Burns said C. Jimmy Collins
No,
said B.
in the world. No, in the world. Come on.
I have a trivia question.
That's
Jimmy Collins, I have a trivia question. Which states make up the 4 corners? Good God, I used to know this. Isn't Arizona one of them?
simple. That's easy.
Arizona one of them?
Yes. Arizona, Nevada, Utah, and what?
Maine.
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 Way up there.
What? 4 corners is out
Where the hell
west.
do you live, Nick?
Jesus, this guy went
The
to
corner
Yellis.
is a box. His corner's on a box.
No, they touch each other. Is what
Yes,
the fucking
and
question.
they come to a point, a very fine point, where you can go there and stand on that one
you can
spot.
stand on
Yeah.
it and be in 4 fucking states at the same time.
Well, you have to use your hands and
So I
your
can
feet.
drive down the road here and just a few miles away in the next city, and I can be in 2 different parishes at the same time because the middle of the road splits the parish.
Yeah, that's exactly the same thing.
Jerry, he's not grasping this concept.
Well,
here.
Maddie went
No, I
to
get it.
LSU. That's why he said Maine. I mean, no Nevada, Matt. I thought Nevada was part of. No, it can't be. Because Nevada is western than Arizona. Hold on.
Arizona, Nevada share a border. I know that much.
They do, but
Right.
they're not that
Maybe.
way.
Maybe I don't.
They
That's
no,
what
they
that is.
do. They do, I think, but not in the way you're thinking. States. Yes. Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, and California. And there is a monument.
What?
Yep.
It ain't California.
Not California. I'm
Read that
sorry.
again.
Colorado. Cali-fucking-rado.
Jesus Christ, you're almost as bad as Maine. For fuck's
I
sake.
misread it. No. Nothing is worse than Maine. Maine's a
El
top
Dorado.
state up northeast and nowhere near the 4 corners of the United States. And at one point, right smack in the middle, you can stand on it. It's a metal plate in some concrete, and it's like one of those park deals.
Yeah, and everybody takes a picture because they're standing on 4 different states at the same fucking time.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Well, we've surmised
Yeah,
that
well,
Nick's
I think Nick's
education.
would be a better fucking feat to stand on 3 and 1 that's like fucking 2,000 miles away at the
Yeah,
same time.
I mean, come on. Be like Stretch Armstrong or something, you know? Remember that dude?
This is a commercial for not going to LSU. All those commercials they have during college football season and how great they are all a lie, apparently. And apparently, it's more important to stand in 2 parishes than 4 states. I don't know. I personally don't see the glamour of standing in 4 states either. I mean, it might be interesting to take a picture of the actual point, but not one with me on it. You know. All I know is
Hey, what the hell else is there out there that's got, they got to make something that says we're in 4 states.
say what you
Ain't
want.
shit there.
There is some beautiful scenery out that way. There truly is. I was amazed. And you can buy land out there really cheap. When I was out there in the early 90s, or the 90s, mid 90s, for $200 you could buy like 25 acres. There was no water or electricity running to it, but you could buy it in the middle of the desert.
Oh, yeah. The fucking desert.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you can go squat out there. Nobody's going to give a fuck.
All you have to have is, and it don't really rain that much, so you can't really collect rainwater. So I don't.
Water.
You'd have to go to the store a lot, fill up 5-gallon jugs and shit, but and not shower much. You'd be amazed how much water you use in a day. But you can do it. It's probably more now, obviously, but back then, $250, you got a bunch of acres.
Piss too, or something.
Yeah, no. Yeah, there is no plumbing really, because where's it going to go? Suppose you have to dig a hole for an outhouse. I don't know. I don't believe
You would have to buy cat litter.
in a lot of these places you can't it's the desert. Drilling a well could be problematic. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you could poke a hole in the other side since the earth is flat.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe get some of that space moisture coming through. I don't know, but things are cheaper out there because there's not that many people and anyway.
Yeah, and you can, boil sand and make tea out of it. And,
It's about all there is.
Yeah, you do gotta have to put up with like
What?
sandstorms and that kind of shit too. So, plus it's about 5 degrees at night in the middle of the summer.
Anybody ever notice the little extra little folds on the back of a cat's ears? You know what they're called?
Folds?
Now, down there at the bottoms, they got like a little pouch.
Yeah, I know,
like
I know what you're
folds
talking
on them.
about. Yeah, I have 5 cats. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mhm.
I have no clue what you call that.
Yeah, my cat, he's got top is split now for some reason. I don't know what he was fucking with, but he got a split on the top of it. Oh, nobody knows what it is.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Yes, I'm looking right at it. This
Oh.
cat is staring me in the face, and I'm looking at his extra folds. It's like, what are you looking at, motherfucker? They're called Henry's pockets or cutaneous marginal pouches. They are, veterinarians don't know if they serve any purpose. The folds do have a name. Technically, they're called cutaneous marginal pouches, but most people refer to them as Henry's pockets. Okay, we learned something.
Well, what? We don't know what they do. It may be for extra
It
It
Hearing.
hearing.
probably captures more sound.
Yes.
Of some sort.
Yeah.
That was my thought.
Probably.
Larry says something to do with echolocation. That's possible. That's possible.
Probably.
Because cats can hear
It
really
wouldn't
well.
be there for no reason.
You can't sneak up on no cat. Robert Wood. Hey, that reminds me. Has anybody seen or heard from Stephen Tolliver? I got or Deborah Cole for that matter. But Stephen may be possibly in the hospital with the Kung flu. I don't know.
I haven't heard from Steven. I saw Deborah posted today, I believe, on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so if anybody who has heard from or knows about Stephen, let us know. Nope, I think everyone went AWOL. Yeah, it would seem. I don't know if I pissed them off or they just got sick of it or what happened, man. I think a lot of people are taking a break. I don't think we pissed off Deborah Cole. I don't think we pissed off Stephen. Stephen said he was taking a break from Facebook for a bit. Oh, okay. I did not see that, so I should send him a note tomorrow to find out. Hi, Mr. Larry and Mrs. Jolene. Well, how very southernly polite of you there, Robert Wood. How are you? I meant to mention that at the beginning.
One
of the
animal's
show.
name literally means pigfish.
Catfish.
Pigfish.
I don't know.
It's good to eat.
Nah, I don't think we eat them. No.
Gar?
It's not like a fish. I'll give you that.
Carp? From Larry Burns?
It's not a fish.
Oh, I don't fucking know. I don't know.
A porpoise.
Big fish, little fish, red fish, blue fish from Jimmy Collins. That covers all of them. Hey, Jerry, I'm great. And also thank you for the friends ad. I thought we were already friends. What did you do, Robert? I was surprised to see add friend next to your name.
Porpoise.
Porpoise? Means pigfish?
Mm-hmm. I guess.
What's the purpose of calling it that?
don't know.
Oh.
That's what they say. How many species
That
of
was fun.
apple are there in the world? 125, 1,000, or 7,500?
125. You got your red ones, your green ones, your yellow ones, your crabs. I'll say 4.
Granny Smith. Too many.
Well, Granny Smith is a brand name.
7,500 species of apples in the world.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's what it says.
We
Yeah, they got
was.
road apples.
Hmm.
All that other stuff. Too.
Oh, Larry Burns says 1,000, so he was right.
No, that is right.
7,500.
Oh, it was 7,500.
You
Sorry.
guys suck, man.
Yeah. Well, we're stupid. That's why.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So
Who made the early example of paper money?
the English?
Who was in a country or a
Yeah, country.
England?
Nogland.
I assume it was someplace in Europe. Jimmy Collins says Africa. I saw the rain
Africa.
down
They
in
didn't invent the wheel.
Africa. I don't know.
No tiki, no laundry.
China? That makes sense.
And ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Stephen Tolliver. Stephen has been hospitalized with COVID on a ventilator now. Who is this? Yeah, obviously, it's not Stephen.
That's awful.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Who is that who commented? Is that his wife? That's not Stephen. Somebody is speaking for him.
That's not a good situation.
I guess they don't want to answer. That's fine. I'm very sorry to hear this. Believe me, I know how you feel. Lynn, his wife. Miss Lynn, any prognosis, anything? I hope that it's good. Fuck. I just lost my father to this shit.
Tell him. Oh, he's a tough son of a bitch. So let's keep that in mind.
Yeah, Steven's not one to give up in a fight, I promise you.
I hope that the prognosis is good. I can't take no more bad shit this year. Fuck me. Anything?
Well, that was a good moment of silence for Steven.
Yeah, we're not supposed to have that now.
That's not not quite.
No, I mean, it's a prayer. You pray. Doesn't mean something bad's going to happen.
Well, like I said, he's a tough SOB. He's faced harder hurdles, believe me. You know.
Lynn says doctors are very hopeful. It's a good sign.
All right. Well, if he, I don't know if he's conscious or whatever, but you tell him Jerry and Matt and Nick and all the Hee-Haw gang here are pulling for him. Okay, let's move on.
So, Matt, you know why cats have whiskers? Matt just dropped off.
Hey,
Never mind.
let me see. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm sure it's his phone's fault. Well, cats have whiskers so that they can walk in the dark and not bump into shit. I think that's
Pretty much.
partially true. I think it's more to the point
But-
where if they can't go in places where their whiskers will not
Yes.
something, but they manage to get into some of the weirdest spots. I don't understand that.
It's like same as catfish. You know, they have whiskers.
Yeah,
They won't go into a hole that the whiskers touch the sides because they can't back out of it.
right.
Same thing with cats.
Yeah. Jerry, did I miss her? If you look up in the comments, you'll see his name, but it's his wife, Lynn, that is typing the stuff. Says doctors are very hopeful for him. So, yeah. Hello, Matt. Welcome back.
Matt, what are you doing?
Oh, I was just humming. I don't know. I didn't know I was on.
You weren't on.
Oh, so you got the whiskers. You know, they got to feel if they're going to be able to fit through a hole or something.
You weren't even on the show. You were gone.
Yeah. We explained that while you were gone.
Yeah,
So
I'm teleportational. I know shit. You know what I mean?
I see.
yeah, you know shit for sure.
Stephen, Lynn says he thanks you all. Thumbs up. Okay. Anyway, I
I know. I mean, what can I don't know what to say. It's
I got so much guilt. But I notice as I get older, there's a lot more shit I can't do a fucking thing about. I don't like that.
well, Jerry. Look at it this way. You made the first move. No, if he had ever tried to contact you before and you just didn't
No,
respond, but
no. It wasn't his place. You know, you figure a lot of shit out as you get older. And it wasn't really his place to. He was the father, I was the son. You know, I learned about a lot of shit talking to
well,
him.
I don't know. I seems like two mule heads at the same time to me. I don't know.
That's well. I don't know. Probably yes. Um, but when I talked to him, I learned a lot of shit. You think one thing your whole life because you saw something, but you don't know the behind the scenes crap that went on because you're the kid and they're the parents, and I understood a lot more stuff. I understood my mother was batshit fucking crazy. Yet she's sitting here right next to me in a box. He was very vital, and I watched him basically die. And now the people that were supposed to be his friends are just being ridiculous. And I can't do anything about that because of the life I've led. And everybody keeps telling me to just let it go, but I'm not wired that way, and I can't. I've tried. I've actually had a couple of good days until hearing this. Uh, and just wanted to be a better son. And now I have no idea how to do that.
Well, who
Listen,
wouldn't? I wish I had as well.
I think we all do.
There's a lot of things I didn't do for my dad as well that I should have, could have,
I
didn't.
think I think we all do.
It's
I think everybody does. It's just I gotta tell you the truth. I got a lot of regrets in my life, and I don't need any more. And there was one thing I thought I was going to be able to do, at least for a few years. I mean, he was 85. A couple of few years. Just be better.
You showed up, Jerry.
yeah. Would you have felt? You wouldn't have felt better if you hadn't finally reconciled with him beforehand. You'd have probably felt worse because you'd be like, "Oh fuck, I didn't even try. God damn it, I didn't even try."
Well, I mean, he dies of the COVID.
Yeah, you were scared to go there at first. You didn't know how he was going to accept you, and then went over perfect.
Yeah, I just.
Well, you did get shorted, but you made peace. You made peace with him. That's you got shorted on time. Yes, that's the fucked up part. But
Which one of you is Jerry? That
the
would be
best
me.
you had, the best you did. I mean, you can't say, "Oh fuck, if I'd have done it 5 years ago, I'd have." You can't do that.
No, it wouldn't have changed anything.
Well, the
It is what it is.
only thing that would have changed would be stuff like the will and everything, and I believe that he would have probably put me in charge. He wanted to take me to the bank to put my name on some papers for something. I'm not exactly sure what, but that's the only thing that would have changed. But to have, and then he had the COVID scare the first time, which he never got. And I'm like, when he said he had it,
Then he said, like, when when I told you had it, he acted like it was no big deal. Said he felt pretty good. And the next thing you know, I'm watching him die.
But I'm sure you brought him great joy just when you first reconciled with him. I'm sure he was tickled fucking pink after you contacted him and went to visit him.
I know,
I'm
man,
sure
and I know
he
all.
was good with it.
Uh, I know. Well, you know what? It ain't enough. It ain't. I'm Jerry, for whoever asked. I know everybody's
That was
right.
Lynn.
I know everybody's right. I know that. It just ain't helping. Because in the end, the truth is what the truth is. And if I'm going to be honest, try to be honest to everybody come in contact with. I got to be honest with myself first, and I should have done this years ago. And pure stubbornness and probably fear or something of some nature stopped me. Probably like fear of the unknown. I actually wish I'd have done it sooner, just to try to reconcile with my mother, which is, I even told him probably would have ended up about the same way. But nevertheless, when I was at his house, I did not meet one person who liked my mother. Not one. Everybody liked my father. And all I could think to myself is you should have tried growing up in that house because that's exactly the way it was. So now I don't I'm not having I got a brother. I don't know where the hell he's either dead or he's fucking I don't know. I All I can think of is how fucking hard it is to stay off the grid for this fucking long. So either he's dead or doesn't want to be found, which I'm at the point where what am I supposed to do? I got two people that were supposedly his best friends screwing everybody and just keeping everything, throwing out what they don't want, selling everything, and I guess going to keep everything that they wanted. And I didn't even want much, just some shit from my childhood and a picture of my grandfather. So my wife and I are going to write a registered letter probably tomorrow, Monday, telling them that I want this stuff for all the good it's going to do. I have heard your name more from my husband's lips when it comes to respecting a man he's never met. Thank you. Folks, I know everybody does this when there's somebody, and I get that, and I thank you, I do. But in the end, if you, as an individual like myself, you have to be honest with yourself. And there's a lot of things I've failed at in life, and one of them was him because I should have done something sooner. It's just that's fucking simple. And here's the bad part in why I say this, okay? Because I knew it. Every time Matt said something to me over the years about doing that, my wife, both wives actually, people I know, whatever, throughout the years, they've all said the same exact thing. And I said, fuck that shit. Out of stubbornness, whatever he just called it, mule headedness, I guess. And as a son, that's your job. I mean, it's not really a written rule or anything. It's just more of a respect thing, I suppose. I don't know, but whatever it is, you are supposed to, honor your father and mother and whatever. And to be honest, he wasn't perfect, but who is? And he did everything for me. Stuff that I didn't even know he was doing for me, he did at the time because I was too young to know. So what's the attraction to his tractors? Oh, he has too many and I don't have any. That's as simple as that gets. Plus, I made him save one of his tractors that he was going to put in the middle of a field and let rust into the ground. So I made him save it. I like tractors. What's the attraction to his tractors? That's kind of funny. He is. I'm a tractor socialist, really, and I think that people that have too many tractors should give them to me, so that I can become a tractor owner or a tractor owner. Any way you look at it is good. I'm thinking of turning it into a political party, really. Anyway, let's get the fuck off this and end the show on a high note. Obviously, we all are pulling for Stephen. And anybody really. I don't care who it is. This is. We have never said this wasn't a real disease. We have never said that this isn't killing people. Obviously, it is. We have said that it's very political. It's being used. I mean, I read the other day 30,000 people have died since Joe Biden has been president from this thing. I think it's really highly disrespectful to blame it on anybody other than the people who put it out in the first place, and that's China. A lot of people have died from it. Many of them have died because they've had other problems or they're aged or whatever, like my father, whatever. He had actually double pneumonia. He couldn't recover from. It was viral, and they were giving him everything in the world for it, but it was, just that none of the shit was working. Anyway, Jimmy Collins asks if your last meal on Earth, if your last meal on Earth had to contain potato, what would it be? Mashed with butter and salt and pepper. A lot of pepper. I like that. His doctors are treating him
French fries.
French fries. Okay. His doctors are treating him with hydrochloroquine. I don't think they gave my father that. They didn't give him anything. That's pissing me off a
Oh
little bit.
no!
Chili cheese fries.
The bad Trump drug.
Yeah.
Remember that deal?
Yeah.
Now they're treated. They reversed their stance on that shit.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Yeah. Jolene says French fries. Jimmy says chili cheese fries. Actually, that's not a bad plan there, Jimmy. It's not a bad plan. I like chili cheese fries. I should make that. I should.
It's filling. You can make a meal out of that.
Yeah, my wife likes chili cheese fries.
I don't like cheese, but
Well, that's
I could
because
take chili fries.
you're a Louisiana communist without the cheese. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you.
Allergies.
Yeah, but man up, dude. Cowboy up. Have some chili cheese fries.
It's like allergies are like 90% mental and the other 50% is physical.
Really?
Matt didn't go to
That's why I took
college.
shots for 13 years?
Matt didn't go to college, nor did he pass math class in high school. Deer stew with potatoes, mashed with butters, hand down. I don't know, them chili cheese fries got me thinking. I may have to go buy some of that shit tomorrow. Make it some nice Velveeta.
Oh, Jerry's hungry now.
Yeah, get some. I don't know. I don't think we have any French fries, so buy a bag of French fries. I already got the chili sitting over here. I canned it the other week. I don't know. We ain't had that in a long time. I used to do shit like that on Friday night. My wife and me did a show, and I'd make stuff. And one week I made the chili cheese fries. They're pretty good.
Yeah, when are you gonna get her back on? We used to have a good time when she would be on too.
Well, if you want her on, I'll tell her for tomorrow night.
Instead of your boring ass.
Yeah, you want her on? I'll tell her. I will tell her. She'll come in probably tomorrow night if she's feeling all right. A lot of times she don't feel well, man. I don't think she's had a good day in 3 weeks. But
Well, we shall see, I guess.
yeah, I'll tell her, and she's got a spot. We sit back here in the morning now because it's cold out. I remember my first year here, it'd be 30 degrees outside. I'd be sitting outside on the phone, reading the news, drinking my coffee, and all that shit. I don't do that shit now. Backstrap, slow smoked, and chili cheese fries. If it were up to me and Steven. Backstraps. What the hell's a backstrap?
Oh, that's good stuff there. Lynn knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Backstrap.
What is it?
That's
From
what
a
do they
deer.
call that? Yeah, it's
Right above the spine,
Oh.
somewhere around there.
Okay.
yeah, it's along the back muscles. Oh, it's not back. What do they call that? I can't remember.
I've
Call it
never heard of it.
backstraps.
I don't think I've ever had. Well, I have had venison. I have. It's all right. I'd rather have a steak. Backstrap is the filet mignon of the deer. Okay, it's awesome. Jolene says
That's what
it's
it
great.
is. The fillet.
Yeah.
Yeah, fillets.
Pretty much. It's the most tender
I
meat
see.
on a deer.
I see. All right, I never heard of it. It's surprising where I live. I've never heard of it, but. Baked potato fully loaded is hard to beat. I don't know. I don't really eat that. My favorite is mashed potatoes. I like French fries pretty good as long as they're crispy. I love mashed potatoes, to be honest.
I love mashed potatoes, but I like those steak fries.
Oh, the big ones.
Those are pretty goddamn good. If you get to a good restaurant, yeah, the big ones. If you get to a good restaurant that does them right.
I like either the.
Yeah, I like curly fries. I could
Yeah,
have
all
some
right.
onion rings. Oh man, I love some shit.
Curly fries are pretty good. I like the seasoned fries. I don't like the frozen kind. Like you go to Chili's or someplace like that, one of them chain restaurants, they got the seasoned fries. They're pretty good. Curly fries are all right. I like shoestrings and the crinkle ones or whatever they call
Yeah, the crinkle cut. I
Yeah.
like those.
them. Yeah, they're all right. I just don't like.
Oh man, now I'm craving some onion rings. I gotta tell you, onion rings.
Well, maybe your wife could give you some in the meatloaf. You ever think of that? That might spice it up some.
Oh, she made one like 2 days ago. I haven't eaten any. Me and PB and J's. I can't do the meatloaf.
Hey, there's something to be said for peanut butter and jelly. I don't care what nobody tells you.
Oh yeah. Boy, as a kid, I can't tell you how many, mustard sandwiches I ate because we were poor as fuck.
Mustard.
I mean, it's just the way it
sandwiches?
was.
Holy shit! I don't think I've ever had a mustard. How about
Fried
it?
bologna with the grease fucking melting through the bread.
Yes.
Eat that all day long.
I love
Soggy
fried
bread.
Yeah, fried bologna is the
You
shit.
name it.
Yeah, fried bologna is the shit, no doubt.
Pancakes up the yan.
I don't know. Fried spam with
Fri-
a little mustard on it. Sandwich. Shit.
My dad used to make. He'd go out and put it on the grill spam with mustard and on English muffin. Oh, it was wonderful. We used to eat the hell out of that. I probably couldn't eat it today. It'd fuck up my insides.
Oh hell no.
Truly.
I make a killer spam fried rice. I learned from my ex mother-in-law. Spam fried rice, fucking unbelievable.
Spam used to be a big thing because it was, not that it was like nobody knew what it was, but when you're a kid, that ain't bad tasting at all. It's pretty good. All right, we are at a
You know what else I used to love? I still love canned corned beef.
Ugh.
It's got to be warm though, room
Yeah.
temperature. Can't be cold. Canned corned beef, love that shit. A little mustard on it, sandwich. Hell yeah.
It's called the Newfie steak here. Fried bologna is phenomenal. Yeah, truly. All right, we're out of time. We'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Apparently, my wife may be here, so she can make fun of me.
Paranormal?
Yeah, apparently. I hope that Stephen gets better and that he's back with us very soon. I don't know, folks. 2020 and 2021 has been just peachy. Matt, you got any last words, bud?
Let's keep good thoughts and hope all goes well with Stephen, and let's all do the best we can with what we got.
Yeah, that's it. How about you, Nick?
Yeah, on the lines of Matt, religious or not, say a prayer for Stephen.
Yep.
That's all we can do.
Yep. All right, guys. So appreciate everybody tuning in, commenting, blah, 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 all that. As always. And please stay vigilant, be aware of your surroundings at all times, and always remember, it's amazing what you can do when you have no other choice. My name is Jerry. On behalf of Mr. Matty K and Mr. Nicky Young, we all bid you good night, and we'll see you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Lynn, if you're still listening, please give us an update if you can tomorrow night. Just don't listen too much because Matt talks about weird stuff and it'll make you go insane. Anyway, take care. Bye.